Is it harder to get a green card for your spouse in 2025? If you're a US citizen married to someone who needs a green card, or if you're planning to get married and start the process soon, the reality is things are moving slower than ever. Hi, I'm Shariq, the South Asian attorney, licensed to practice law in the US, and I help people worldwide with American immigration law. Let's start with the basics. There are two main ways a spouse of a US citizen gets a green card. Inside the US, this is called adjustment of status. It's for spouses already here, often on a temporary visa like a student visa or a work visa, or outside the US. This is called consular processing. This is when your spouse lives abroad and has to go through the US embassy or consulate for the immigrant visa. On paper, both processes should be straightforward, right? But in reality, the waits are long, the hurdles are higher, and the families are left separated for years. So how long is it really taking? Here's what I'm seeing right now. For spouses inside the US, adjustment of status cases are taking around 14 to 16 months. That's more than a year for something that really takes an immigration officer maybe 25 to 30 minutes to review. And for spouses outside the US, the process is even worse. Between USCIS reviewing the I-130, the National Visa Center's paperwork stage, and the US Embassy scheduling an interview, it often goes on for 2 to 2.5 years. So why is it so slow? Here's why it's happening. Reason number one is mandatory interviews. Every single marriage green card case is being scheduled for an interview. Even simple cases with tons of evidence, where it's crystal clear that the marriage is real. Even these cases are being pushed to interviews. That means officers spend time on cases that could have been approved on paperwork alone. The result, backlogs get worse. Reason number two, hiring freezes. Agencies like the USCIS and the State Department are not bringing in new officers. Without more staff, the workload doesn't get handled. Immigration is one of the most paperwork-heavy areas of government. And if you freeze hiring, you freeze progress. If you're thinking about applying for your spouse's green card, don't wait to start. The earlier you file, the sooner you get in line. Waiting 6 months to decide could mean waiting an extra year or two overall. Right now, waiting a little longer is standard. Mentally prepare for it and plan your life around it. Stay on top of your case, check your status, and keep all your paperwork organized. So is it harder to get a green card for your spouse in 2025? The answer is yes. It's not just about paperwork. It's about marriages and futures being put on hold. That's the real impact of these policies. My advice is simple: file sooner. And also stay on top of your case. If you want to talk through your options, give me a call. I'm Shariq, the South Asian attorney, and I'll see you next time.